What is up, Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. And today on the podcast, I will be talking about how true health is not just macros and workouts. And oftentimes, it's important to talk about those things, but most people don't need more information on, yes, there are nuances and things, but most people don't need more information. They need more actionable strategies to help them implement that information. And so today I was going to talk about, just in general, why people get lost in the sauce, how to get out of the sauce, and how to actually see progress. So anyway, before I dig in, just wanted to thank you all for listening. If you've been an avid listener of the show, you've really enjoyed Fit Habit Life podcast, please rate the show, subscribe, share it. That just helps me help more people, which is the goal of this show. So anyway, let's dig in. So macros and workouts are important. I'm not saying they're not important, but most people have heard you need more protein, you need more fiber. Carbs are great for performance, fats are important for hormonal health. And if you haven't, now you know. And they are important. And strength training, if you listen to this podcast, most of you know, strength training is the key for body composition change, to build muscle, to look leaner, to help your metabolism, to help you burn body fat more easily. And a lot of coaches on social media talk about the nuances a lot, which are important. So I will say, I am a hyper consistent workout person. I've never not worked out. My coach implemented a deload week, and I'm like, I almost lost my. Trying to think. I've been trying to swear less. I almost lost my stuff. I lost it. I was like, what? What am I going to do? I work out all the time. I've always been very consistent. I don't mean I work out all day, but that is probably the only week in the past couple of years that I have not trained. Actually, that's not true. On our honeymoon, when we were in Japan, I was extremely sick. We got so sick on the flight. It was terrible. And so we walked a lot, probably 20,000 steps average over the 2 weeks we were there, but I did not train. But I was still very active. So anyway, point being, for me, those nuances matter because I am so consistent that the type of exercises I do, the intensity that I perform them at, the sets, reps, tempo, those really matter for me because I am an advanced trainee, so to speak. I've been so consistent that just doing a couple full body days a week does not elicit that adaptation that I want. I've been lifting weights for over 10 years. So, so for me, it matters. Same with the macros. For me, I was just tracking protein and calories for a while, but I kind of plateaued. And it was because I was underfueling my training. I was eating way too much protein. My carbs were too low. So switching that up helped me see crazy results in body composition and energy levels. But most people don't need those nuances. They don't need to learn about carb cycling. They don't need to learn about, different periodizations. They just need to get to the gym consistently. And consistently hit their protein intake and calories, and they will see crazy results. But a lot of coaches online talk about those nuances. They talk about the macro splits and the carb cycling and the different training exercises and all that stuff. But that's not super important for most people. And I'm talking about most of my clients are just your average person, average business owner, average mom and dad, average person just trying to stay consistent, build healthy habits, feel good, improve their body composition, and they've not been training consistently. They don't go to the gym probably more than 2, maybe 3 times a week. So for me, implementing an optimized split for them probably wouldn't actually get great results because they don't have the time to allocate for that. They can't consistently get to the gym 4 times a week, so doing an upper-lower split wouldn't work. They have kids, and their kids are picky, so them trying to pre-plan all their meals and pre-track all their food, and when they have other priorities and they try to go out to eat or they have lunch with their church family or whatever, it's like it's not realistic for them to hit specific macro targets. I have some clients that do, and for me that's fun because I geek out on this stuff, but most people don't need that. What most people need is a plan that fits their life that they can actually start to implement. They need grace. They need to give themselves grace. They need to stop overloading themselves with information. They just need to get to the gym and try something. They just need to focus on cooking their food at home and implementing more protein into their day-to-day. Most people probably don't even need to track. I think it's really beneficial because it helps you learn about what's in the food. And most of my clients, I do have them track because I think it's important. Like, it's like if you're not tracking your finances, how much money do you know? Like, do you know how much money you're getting every month? Do you know how much money you're spending? No. Same thing with food. So it's really important. But a lot of people would start to see changes if they just started eating more fruits and vegetables, eating more meat, protein sources, and focusing on being consistent with their training. So a lot of my clients were working out every day, but it's like 20-minute a day workouts because for them, they can easily fit that into their schedule. Is it optimal? No, but it's optimal for them in their life. And that's the important thing. Same with nutrition. It's like oftentimes with my clients, I might have them track so I can see the data, but I'm not worried about them using a food scale. I'm not worried about them pre-logging. I just want to see what they're eating. And from there, we just make adjustments. Yesterday, I was on a call with a client and he started having a protein shake for breakfast. I'm like, that's awesome. Protein's a little low. Can you double that up? He's like, yeah, that would actually be great because then I'd be full and I wouldn't be tempted to go to the gas station to get something else to eat. I'm like, cool. That'll be the goal for this week. So again, most people don't need the nuances on that. Most people just need something that fits their life that they can start to implement. So if you've been trying to figure out the most optimal routine or the most optimal diet for you, stop. Just start taking action. Even if it's not optimal, start. Like, yeah, you could argue for my client, would it be better if he had eggs and meat for breakfast? Probably, but he's probably realistically not going to do that. So honestly, the protein shake's awesome. And they added vitamins into it. So at least he's getting some nutrients from that too. And it's something he can be consistent with, which is the key. So if you're not doing anything now and you're worried about the optimal split, stop. Think about, hey, I need to start lifting weights. How can I do that? How can I fit that in to my lifestyle? What would be an easy way to integrate that in? If it's 1 to 2 exercises a day for 15 minutes, that's great because right now you're not doing anything. So what is something you can start to do that will help you be more consistent? Even if 1 time a week is the only thing you can fit into your schedule now, that's optimal for you because that's going to fit. You'll be able to stay consistent and you will start to see results. Will the results be slower than if you were training 3 times a week? Yeah. But if you're training 1 time a week consistently and you commit to training 3 times a week and you can never do it, it's probably optimal for you to train once a week. So, the point of this episode don't get lost in the sauce. Start with something. And if you've been super consistent, if you've been extremely consistent, you've been doing full body training a couple times a week, you've been hitting your protein intake, you've been tracking your calories, and the scale's not budging, your body composition's not changing, then you're probably like where I was at. And so you probably do need some tweaking. And that's something I can help you with. And honestly, I wished I had hired a coach sooner. I mean, I'm glad that I didn't, because I went through all of those pitfalls, which helps me help people better because I've been there. Probably been through everything that you've been through. But I would have spent less time struggling had I had a coach. So that's something that I can help you through. And if you're interested, click the link below to set up a discovery call. We could just chat, see if we'd be a good fit. And then from there, I'll offer you guidance, show you what it would look like to work with me. And we can get started if that both sides think it would work. So, yeah. So basically, you don't need an optimal routine unless you do. And if you do, you probably need a coach to help you fast track your results. Because if you work a job and you got a family and you got kids, you don't have the time to figure out what is optimal. I didn't. And so I'm glad I hired a coach. My results have been phenomenal. If you look at my face now from when I started the podcast, you can see like I'm leaner, like I have less inflammation. I was tapping my cheeks and I thought it was funny, so I did it again. If you're listening and not watching. Anyway. So anyway. If you're not consistent though, and you're not doing anything, start doing something that fits your life. Focus on protein, fiber, and just lifting weights, even if it's just once a week. If you were doing nothing before, once a week is better than nothing. So just start. But if you are consistent, that's when I'd recommend chatting with me. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful. This helped you get out of the sauce. And if you're still stuck in the sauce, stop. Start taking action. So anyway, if this was helpful, please share it, rate the show, subscribe. It just helps me help more people. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.